and welcome to Zero to Hero Part 14. This one is sort of limbo land at the moment. In the last episode we completed story and reached champion level 64. I've been playing every day, just running dailies and running some trials very slowly and some very slow gold farming runs just to prepare the account for what is to come. We've hit season level 20. I didn't think that was going to be anywhere near possible, but it seems that running trials gave a lot of season experience and that quickly filled to the end. So that means there have been some glory unlocks. On the trinkets, Talisman of Storms has now been unlocked to go with the Vial of Wind Spirit, which was the first one that I got. I desperately wanted that one because it's going to help with levelling up the character when we come to play a new beginning. And the second item that I unlocked was the Frostfire Sash, which is going to help in a new beginning as well. It's not particularly useful at the moment on this character because the skill slots, we've only got 2. I can either have Shatter or I can go with Frostburn and Thermal Shocks, which is quite good for running trials. If I go with Shatter, I'm looking at between 7 and 5 minutes at trial 60. A Frostburn Thermal Shock is 3 to 4 minutes on mobile play. I can see that the gold is up to 700,000. I've created a sort of gold farming set. It isn't an ideal one, and again this character isn't able to run gold farming efficiently at the moment. Extra gold haste ability rate. I have made a pure extra gold necklace and that's actually not bad, that figure, so that will end up eventually on a gold farming character. Ability rate, extra gold life regen there, extra gold power. I'm still running around with this Cloak of the Liberator. It gives some nice critical rating every 60 attacks since we're very low champion level still, so that's nice boost coming in. Just to help on gold farming, Wind Spirit, extra gold haste ability rate, and a Talisman of Storms, extra gold haste ability rate. Purely if it procs, then we've got some critical damage that we can put out. Extra gold haste ability rate on the hands, haste power, extra gold on a bracer, extra gold haste ability rate on the belt. This is a drop, movement speed, extra gold vitality, deflect, another drop, critical rating, extra gold ability rate, critical damage. I would have liked some movement speed on there. I've also made one so far extra gold ring. I think that's better than what I've got on my main account, Gold Farmer. And the other ring at the moment is something that I've made for experience farming, the sort of horrible looking thing that I'd normally make in a new beginning. We're a long way off needing good things, so I just went with this socketed teardrops and took that. Had a Glacius Tempestus drop which just had extra gold, that's fine, that helps. And an Igneous. I did run a 30-minute booster in Severed Mountain, just a 50% one. So with this build at the moment, where I'm just using the Shatter process, can't run Darkhold Citadel in anything like an efficient manner, so the way that I've been running it is basically going around and just collecting the chests at my own leisure. without bothering with a booster because I can't kill everything with a single shatter, so let's just blow things up slowly and collect chests. This is good enough to unlock or get gold for recipes, which are the other things that we are collecting. So I'm collecting the chests as I go along. Since I've cleared that out, let's not respawn more enemies down there. This run is a lot slower than things that I would have been doing on mobile. So we can get a shatter in there. I'm going to come down here a bit for another shatter. I say this is incapable of doing efficient gold farming at Darkhold Citadel, but it gives us some gold. 2 or 3 runs is enough to then buy a recipe every 3 hours or so. So not brilliant, but it meets the needs. Let's come out of there, let's just sell. So we've got 20 to 30,000, so a couple of runs and it's enough to buy the recipe. I changed the build up slightly for Severed Mountain insofar as I go with, I think it was this, yeah. Just a bit of damage, extra damage. So Severed Mountain runs 129 of them. Let's see if I run this correctly. Trying to think which buttons I've got on hand. So I can basically just put a normal frost beam on Magroth to kill him. And the gold is there. Obviously it's nowhere near as good as what I'd get from Darkhold Citadel, but it's faster. So that one, just about 8,000. So that is what the character is doing to obtain gold. Then every 3 hours or so, if I remember, we've got a free refresh. 50,000, that looks like a Necronomicon to me. It is. So we'll just learn that so it's out the way, and then another 3 hours we'll get something else. Also need to work on crafting level. So crafting level is currently at 24. Be nice to get it to 25 so we've got the chance to get an extra item level. The way that I am doing this, let's actually take these out. So I can basically craft 16 items in a crafting session. I'm just going with normal cap, with haste, critical damage, all the way down to level 19, so it's only 37 experience. Just trying to think what 16 fours are. But it's basically craft a full stack of, or a full inventory of these. This is going to be much easier when I've got a fully unlocked character. I can just fill up the inventory. So that's 64, I think, isn't it? 16 times 4. You can laugh at me if I'm wrong. So use up those essences, then I can salvage them all and we get back slightly more essences, and we get some. Sometimes it's slightly more or slightly under on the lesser essences, and we occasionally get normal essences, which are effectively 10. One of these is 10 of these, so it's an extra 60 and an extra 40 essences back. The silk cloth is, I've noticed I get exactly half back what I put in. So 64 went in, I got 32 back from that. And then it is just a case of rinse and repeat, fill up the inventory. So we'll just do it one last time. We should see we get 32 silk again. So we do slowly run down silk, but we are gaining essences, which is why I've gone with fire and air, because they're going to be useful later. So salvage all of those. 32 silk again. We've even got some greater fire out this time. So we're actually getting more essences back than we put in, which is why people... It's very tedious, but it's a good way of building your essences whilst also levelling up your crafting. So it's what I tend to do, stick something on a streaming service, go and watch that whilst just tapping away on a mobile device. Trials, I do have a sort of experience farming set. It's not brilliant. Haste, this is crafted, I think, critical rating haste experience. I want to change that. That was a drop. Haste, critical damage, vitality, dodge, haste ability and experience, that's crafted. This is crafted, ability rate, movement speed, experience, movement speed, haste, experience, they're probably crafted. Power, experience, life on hit. This is a drop, critical damage and experience. This is an absolute travesty of a ring that I have crafted for experience farming. I was aiming for critical rating, critical damage, haste and experience, and during the process I didn't receive a single critical rating ring, so I threw in some extra experience and haste rings that were coming out. I was getting too many of those, so it's a weird one. It's probably about 14 experience and quite a few more haste, and then 9 critical damage went into that one. But it does the job of, if I'm going to run a trial slowly, it's giving me some experience. So Frostfire Sash, which is unlocked, haste, ability rate, experience. Vile Wind Spirit, crit rate, crit damage, experience. I might change that in the future. This is much closer to the sort of thing that I would create for experience farming during a new beginning event. So it was 9 experience, 9 crit damage, and I think it was 5 ability rate, 4 crit rating went into it. Then just a basic bracer, experience haste ability rate, Talisman of Storms, experience haste ability rate, and a Glacius that dropped with 1 useful stat. So that is basically the position of the character, who's now going to be sat in limbo doing just daily quests, a little bit of gold farming, running the occasional trial, which is exceptionally slow. Maybe we could throw on that gear and just do a trial 55 with a slightly mix up the build again. I haven't run it on PC, so I've no idea how this is going to go. That's the gold ring, isn't it? Yep. So the stats look like, or champion levels, I assigned everything out to haste. Crit rating slowly building. Defense I filled out life and armor, now it's life on hit. utility, I went immediately all in on ability rate, and then it's now start building experience, so I'm not bothered about movement speed. I'm trying to think what I have been doing. I have been running these up here, but we're on PC, so let's not do that this time. I'm going to take Nova just for some extra triple damage on Frostbolt. I'm not sure that's going to work particularly well. I have run 60, but 55 feels more comfortable. It's a case of trying to stay close to things. Ooh, hitting wrong buttons already. So we do get the benefit of, because I've got the Grand Magister's command weapons, I can, once the frost beam has been fired, everything's on fire, so I can use my Nova to blow them all up. Let's put them in the range of that as well, so that's got rid of them. I'll ignore him. She's probably a much smaller pool than I have been doing on mobile, to be honest. I've just been going with much larger pools and allowing the wind spirit to help. One thing I forgot about is that because I don't have the 4 pieces of ELR gear, I'm not benefiting from building up Elemental Fury. And Elemental Fury gives us quite a big damage buff and a big defensive buff. So when I had been playing around with this, I was thinking, I've got some decent toughness, why am I so squishy? And then it struck me. Might as well just to do extra damage. And then it's a case of wait for Frost Beam to be back up. And this should hopefully be the last one. So I've been doing that on mobile. It gets us a few champion levels, so it's not an efficient way of farming, but it helps get a few champion levels here and there. But I'm probably going to be more focused on maintaining gold balances for now rather than anything else. Is that an igneous? Yes, but it's another horrible one. So any set items, they'll all get salvaged at the same time. There's one big mass salvage, which improves our chances of getting marks of titans. I've got 23 of them sat there now, which isn't bad. These balances aren't looking too bad either, so there probably won't be any more Zero to Hero videos until ANB Silver starts, so we'll be running that with a brand new character on this account and see how we can do with no medals and not many recipes unlocked. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to put them down below. Thank you very much for watching.